All right. I'm in a better place now. Woke up, had a dream I was a kid, man. All I could think about was where to go play at. I didn't feel bad, nothing. I was like, God, man, this is so unreal. I feel so good. I get so much energy. And so, anyway, I wanted to give you another interesting twist to the Thailand trip and immigration and money exchange and everything that we've been trying to do. So yesterday, me and my wife's on the internet all day long, uh, checking hotels. So we went ahead and found our hotel. We got a good rate on it, but it's one of those non-refundable things. So today we went to move. We got most of our money in pesos, so we were trying to change it to pesos. Well, with the rate right now being 57, I would lose, for example, on $10,000, I would lose $1,400. So that was a hit. So I told my wife, I said, we thought about it, we racked our brain. I said, I'm tired of beating my head against the wall, trying to get a second opinion, so let's pull the trigger on this thing. So they said they would not exchange it, the money from pesos to dollars, because my wife said that we were going outside of the country. BDO Bank, which she has an account there, said they would not damn convert the pesos back to dollars without us buying the plane ticket first. Now, how crazy is that? We brought U.S. dollars in the country, but yet we can't change them here unless we're leaving. It's crazy. So anyway, I told my wife, I said, well, it looks like we're going to have to lose money on that too. So she went and checked, and Thailand, because this is a short twist. I went over it about JRC immigration services here. When I first did my permanent residency, of course, it's a 2 year probational thing. So I finished the last year. I'm in the last month or two of the second year. We begged them for a medical emergency release because my ACR card is still being processed in Manila. So the JRC said that, yeah, they would be releasing them in May. Well, we called back today and they said, oh, we're sorry, but there won't be any, hardly any this month being released. And I said, well, that ain't what you told us. So, well, I mean, we pay these guys $2,000 for this process. We've been bounced around. We actually, the first year, they were supposed to get my ACR card back to me within 3 months. Well, it took 5 months. So without an ACR card, there's only one bank here in Dum and Yeti that you can open a bank account. So I'm running, doing all this extra footwork and everything. Then we get down to the last of it, and they said, oh, well, you got to pay an additional $250, which is the plane fare for me and my wife, the hotel, the eat, the taxi, everything else, to go to Cebu, to the consulate, to walk in there and tell him my name's Julian Grigsby, I've been married, I got 3 kids, we've been married for 20 years. So we bit the bullet and ate that money too. So then when, like I say, I could not get an emergency exit medical, which they offer that in the U.S. when you're doing permanent residency. So I told her, I said, well, what if I just go? Because I'm on a time frame here. I've got a tumor in my liver. I need to get this thing reduced. So she told me, she said, well, when you leave the country, you'll have to start all over. I said, just the first year, a second year, or what? She said, you'll have to start from the first year, which would mean another $2,000. So there is no courtesy when it comes to medical and stuff, even though the U.S. offers that. Really disappointed. Really disappointed in JRC immigration. We even told them that we would go to Manila and pick it up in immigration if it's processed. Could they get behind them and, kind of do a little nudge here for us? But, of course, nothing. So, as me going out of the country to Thailand to book a flight, I have to have onward passage, which is either a round trip, which we wasn't sure because we didn't get a diagnosis yet, if we could get the treatment, if we could afford the treatment. And so we didn't do a round trip. We were going to do a one way there. And then, of course, I knew coming back that I would have to have an onward passage because they told me, they said, now you're a tourist again. Even though I have three kids that are all our kids with DNA tests, we paid for their dual citizenship, paid for my wife's dual citizenship. We own a house here and also have bank accounts here. The house here, we have to pay property taxes on it. Last year in Darwin, the property taxes were $700. Darwin is also changing the new rules here. What they're trying to phase out as much agriculture and turn these lots and stuff into residential and commercial lots, which means your taxes are going up. So another incredible break for foreigners here. So anyway, I told my wife, I said, well, with the exchange rate, and I would have to do passage from Thailand and then coming back into the Philippines, I would have to get another throwaway ticket. So that's throwing away about $600. So a total of that would be, if I had to do the airline only, is about $2,000 because I'm taking my son so he can help with me if I can't get around, and my wife because she would be my strength and everything else, and she wants to be with me, just in case something would happen over there. So anyway, 2,000 for that. The hotel was not bad for 4 nights in Bangkok. We found a place near the airport with airport shovel. It was $157. Nice place, pool, everything like that. So that was within our budget. And then the procedure, just the basic consultation and CT scan and blood work and x-ray and so forth and so on, we figured roughly between 1,000 and 1,500 on there. That's just to get down to the treatment of what they could do. So obviously we figured somebody, for some reason, I don't know, the spirits or whatever, does not want us to go. So I slammed the brakes. I told my wife, I said, well, we just can't afford to do it. We're just going to have to ride this thing out. I got my pain meds. We'll try and do my nutrients they give us here. And then, the hell with it. If I die, I die, And believe me, we had tried to prepare for this thing, and we did. We had our backup money. But the GBS that put us down, that was $15,000 for the drugs and treatment for that in the hospital. Then a motorcycle wreck right after that. And then we both got colds for 2 months, so antibiotics. And then we did an endoscopy to have a checkup for my liver and varices veins and all that. And then also CT scans, which we had to get two. We had to do 2 endoscopies. They were supposed to do a CITES procedure to remove the fluid. Didn't work. No faith. I got no faith in Dumb and Get It. I got new hospitals, but I got no faith in the damn thing. I went in there to get the contrast put in an IV. And the contrast with the CT scan was like $350. But we couldn't find a nurse in the hospital that could put in the IV for me. So we're sitting in an emergency for 30 minutes, and I'm thinking, what in the hell would you people do if you had an emergency and you had to damn get an IV into something? So I was so discouraged this morning. I mean, I was ready just to say, the hell with it. I'm going to be like King Kong and go to the highest mountain and jump the hell off. That's how down I was. My wife, she's been out fighting all day trying to figure out the money and everything else. So finally had hopefully our last brainstorm, and it seems like it's going to be our better one. We contacted St. Luke's in Manila because we have a lot of people, subscribers and friends that have recommended also St. Luke's. It is a liver specialty hospital. So we are going up there. My wife's waiting on, of course, the phone call right back. They have gastrologists, they have hepatologists, So we're going to go be seen. I hope they said somewhere between the 20th, which we could do very easily. See one, but they only have two hepatologists, and they won't be back till the 30th. So that's another 3 weeks, kind of down the tubes if we got to wait on that. But that's our best bet. Then I don't lose my ACR card. I don't lose my permanent residency. I don't have to come back as a tourist, which I fought so hard for. So I will be not aggravated with going to immigration in that sweatshop down there, because I did it before when we was here for 10 years and I hated it. I despised it. So when I hear I married 20 years, and there's no breaks for fathers with Filipino kids who own property and pay taxes or nothing. There's nothing in the immigration law to help a person like that out. So anyway, our plan is now we are waiting on Manila. So we can fly to Manila. I think it's $89. I believe it's one way. So me and my wife and my son, we can take off and go up there. Hopefully get a consultation done this week, and then we will know exactly where we're at. I want to get this ascites treated so I can get my stomach down, because it's huge. I'm wearing a support, right now, whatever. I feel like, just huge or whatever. I feel like I'm carrying so much weight. So anyway, we're going to try and do that. If that doesn't work, I don't know. I'm not a quitter. I never have been. My daddy always said, sit down with it. You will figure out something. You will figure out something. I've explored countless options. Kuala Lumpur, Miramar, even China. They have, Taiwan has treatment up there. Japan's too expensive. U.S., it's could be a great option for Medicaid, but my wife is going to be working, and she's working full time, not only for us to stay there, but she'll be working full time here. She'll also working to help my kids, so they're staying here with the house and, my son's job and all that, because I want to protect them. I mean, in the town we were in, and I've went over this, and a good father is I'll stand in the line of fire, but I mean, there was kids playing Russian roulette in a small mountain town of Pagosa Springs. There's meth labs up there. The cops said we won't even go in there after dark. And this is before all this police scare. There's fentanyl on the streets. It's just out of control. My son had a friend the same age as him, 18 years old, in Durango, Colorado, nice little college town. Rode by, was a drive-by shooting, shot him 12 times. And my son, he could have been with him. So I cannot risk that. I will gladly sacrifice myself, to the gods or whatever, for them to be safe. Right now, we are safe. We are in a good place here. We are dug in. They have a future because they at least have a home. We're 1,000 feet above sea level. So if there's any earthquakes or tsunamis, it ain't going to reach us up here. We're walled in with an 8-foot concrete wall. So we're protected from wildfires, and I know a lot about fencing because I used to raise exotic animals. I had 35 tigers, lions, bears, cougars, grizzlies, everything. So I know a lot about security as far as fencing. So everything here is taken care of. So that'll be my next video. I'm sure you guys are getting tired of hearing about this day-to-day thing, but I hope it helps some of you guys, so that you will know what it's like to get over here and get between a rock and a hard place, and it can happen in an instant. I've seen so many foreigners, it happens to in an instant. Just when you think you got it all figured out, you're wrong. So I mean, like I say, we spent $15,000 on the medical, all the dang accidents. Well, we had the one accident where somebody hit us. Well, of course, the police did not go to bat for us at all. My youngest son the other night or whatever, he was just scooting down right here in front of the house where some guy goes running out in front of him, and my son hit him. Well, my son jumped off the motorcycle and got an ambulance to come up here. He's that good of a kid. He's got great character and all. He thought of somebody else before his own self. And of course, the barangay captain and everybody said it was our fault. I said, well, he ran out in front of my son, and so he said, well, we had a brownout, so it's really an accident. So we had to kick out $500 for that. So it's just been one thing after another, and I don't know what this wave of bad luck is. Please don't put me down. Please don't tell me I didn't prepare, and please don't tell me I don't know what I'm doing, because I mapped this thing out for 2 years before we came here. Anything from exchanging money to damn medical, everything. I had everything mapped out. But I mean, the medical here, the medicines are super high now. The doctor visits are super high. They will just, and then you don't get what you pay for. That's one of the biggest things here. You don't get what you pay for. That's why my subscribers have recommended go to Manila. So we're going to go to Manila. It's close. It won't be that expensive. We can get some answers. Our kids will be still right here on the same place with us, and try and get a diagnosis. That's all I want. Some peace of mind. A peace of mind would be, hey man, we can help you, or I'm sorry, we'll make you as comfortable as possible. That's all I want. Then I don't have to drag my kids down with this here. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for, my deliverance stories or whatever. I hope to, because after we go to Manila, I've already promised my kids, we're, as much as I can with my energy level, which are usually 3 to 4 hours a day, we're going to try and take a couple of small trips around the Philippines. It ain't nothing fancy. No Boracay, no Bohol, none of that. No Siargao, nothing like that. We would like to go to Palawan, so we're going to try that, because my kids have never in 20 years been able to go anywhere except right around Dumaguete, Cebu land, and right across the bay to Cebu and Mindanao when we lived down there. And so, I'm so happy there's so many people that do come over here. But I'm gonna tell you something. You better prepare yourself, because I don't care if you got $1 million. It can go really fast when your health gets down. So be prepared, guys. I make these videos to try and help y'all out. Please don't beat me up, because I got enough stress on me right now. I can't take much more negativity and all. So me and my wife both, and she's a fighter. I mean, she's been on the phone. She's been back into the town. She drives my 4-wheel drive truck, which she's very nervous because traffic is murder here. So, I picked the right woman. In 20 damn years, in a lifetime, I couldn't have found a woman that works as hard as she does and fights for me as much as she does. Even though half the time we're broke, but yeah, absolutely. She is my godsend. She's got to be my guardian angel. So anyway, guys, I hope this finds you all right, because it is Friday night. So all you guys out there partying and stuff, watch out, because the love is everywhere. It's like fake gold, man. Fool's gold, I guess you should say, man. So anyway, glad y'all got a little smile out of me there. But yeah, I'll be tuning up tomorrow, man, and I'll try and do you another video. But thanks for subscribing, everybody, and liking my videos and stuff like that. So we're always appreciative of all the prayers and everything. So God bless, and right on, right on, right on.